Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to 2 Minutes of Torah, which on Fridays doubles as thought for Shabbat. So glad to have you here as we celebrate the end of a week, and then our Sabbath, and then a new week. You know, every Friday night and Saturday morning, we have prayer services. And really, it's central to the functioning and core purpose of a synagogue. But we don't oftentimes take the opportunity to reflect on what prayer means, or why we do it, or what the prayers actually are trying to teach us. And so we're in the middle of a 3-part series now on Sunday mornings that really explores the importance of prayer. I mean, since we spend so much time as a synagogue, as a religious organization focused on prayer, it's probably a good idea for us to really think about it and talk about it. And so I just want to share 2 things with you today. Why do we wear a yarmulke, a kippah? And why do we wear a talus, a prayer shawl? The yarmulke, very simply, is because whenever we're in a space or time where we're really concentrating on our relationship with God, it's a sign of humility. And there's an argument to be made that every moment of every day is certainly that, and wearing the kippah is a reminder of being humble before God. I wear my yarmulke certainly during prayer, when I go to the hospital to visit people, when I am teaching, when I'm actively engaged in a conscious mitzvah. And I highly encourage you, if you're not a yarmulke wearer, to give it a try, to see if it sends a message to you, just kind of a non-verbal message, a visual message to be sure, but one that will keep you, your eyes focused and your mind focused and your heart focused on what it means to be humble before God. And then during prayer, I wear a talus or a talit, depending on where you come from, and it has many elements to it. The first part is the Atara, which is this part right around the neck, and oftentimes it has the blessing for the talus right around it, or you can put your own saying on it. And mine says, "Da lifnei mi ata omed," know before whom thou standeth. And that is always a reminder. Again, same with the kippah, that I stand before my community, I stand before my God, I stand before myself, and that's important for me to consider and to think about. And at the end of the talus is something known as the Tsit Seed, or the fringes. These represent the commandments of God. There are 8 strands and 5 knots. That adds up to 13. But if you take the letters of the word Tsit Seed, they add up to, because each Hebrew letter has a numerical value, Aleph is 1, Bet is 2, Gimel is 3. If you add up the letters of Tsit Seed, it adds up to 600. So you have 600 plus 5 knots plus 8 strands, that's 613, which is the exact number of mitzvahs we find in the Torah. So every time we don the talit, we want the message of that Torah to be woven throughout our lives, to become part of the very fabric of who we are. And that puts us in a place and a space to think about our relationship with our community, with God, with ourselves. It puts us in what I would call a prayerful place. So since we spend so much time at synagogue praying and celebrating our faith, please join us for these last 2 sessions. The second one will be this Sunday. The link is here on Facebook, and we'll include it as we send it out in the email today for Thought for Shabbat. Also join us for services tonight at 7:30. We will look forward to celebrating Shabbat with all of you. Have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe. Be well. Shabbat Shalom.